Every day, we repeat hundreds of small habits like checking our phones, drinking water, going for a walk, or hitting the snooze button. But how do we explain how often we do these things in English? That's where adverbs of frequency come in. Before explaining further, let's start with something simple. What is an adverb and what makes these special? Adverbs are words that modify verbs, adjectives, other adverbs, or even whole sentences. They answer questions like how, when, where, or how often. Today, we're focused on that last one, how often something happens. These are called adverbs of frequency, and we can remember them easily by showing a percentage range for each one. For example, I always do my homework in the evenings. Or, I never eat ice cream. Now let's move through each adverb from most frequent to least frequent. Always means 100%. This means something that happens every time. For example, she always drinks coffee in the morning. Usually means 90%. This means something that happens almost every time but not guaranteed. For example, they usually go for a walk after lunch. Normally means 80%. This is similar to usually, but more about what you expect to happen. For example, he normally goes to bed at 8 p.m. Often means 65%. This happens many times, but not necessarily on a schedule. For example, I often go hiking on the weekends. Sometimes means 50%. This means doing something about half the time. For example, I sometimes read before bedtime. Occasionally means 35%. Not common but not rare either. For example, she occasionally drinks tea before bedtime. Seldom means 20%. It means not very often. For example, he seldom eats fast food. Rarely means 15%. Similar to seldom but a bit more modern. For example, they rarely watch TV. Hardly ever means 5%. This is something that almost never happens. For example, I hardly ever play video games. And finally, never means 0%. This means it doesn't happen at all. For example, she never eats ice cream. Now, there are several different patterns to follow when placing adverbs of frequency in a sentence. But for today, we'll focus on 3 common ones. The first is be plus adverb. For example, she is always careful. The second pattern is adverb plus verb. I usually exercise at the park. And finally, we have verb plus adverb plus verb. He is always talking during class. Adverbs of frequency help you describe your routines clearly and naturally. Whether you always do something or hardly ever do it, these words paint a picture of your daily life. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.